Next topic is types of DC distributors. Okay, let's have a discussion on this types. See, already you know that distributors are fed at one end also at the both ends. Okay, voltage is used to feed the distributors at the both ends. It may be equal or it may be unequal. So that the distributors fed at one end and both ends with equal and unequal voltages are connected to the loads. Hence, we can classify the distributors, the loads which are acting at a particular point of the distributor are called concentrated loads. Okay, a particular point, if the load acts, we call it as a concentrated loads. The domestic load tapped here. The domestic load tapped at a particular point of the distributor is example for the concentrated loads. Okay, the loads which spread over the distributor, overall the distance of that distributor are called as distributed loads. Okay, practically there is a no load distributed, but if the number of loads having same power consumption are connected to the distributor very close to each other, the effective load on the distributor we can treat it as a uniformly distributed load. Okay, let's see the variety of these cases of DC distribution system. The loads can be easily analyzed by using the Kirchhoff's laws and the network theorems like superposition theorem, Thevenin's theorem. By using these theorems, we can analyze and we can solve the problems based on that DC distributor. Okay. First, let's have a discussion on types of DC distributor with concentrated loads. Only load is fed at the particular points. Okay. So here there are two types, the fed at the one end and fed at both the ends. It may be equal and unequal voltages. Okay, we'll see it later. First is concentrated loads fed at one end. Okay, see the diagram. The concentrated load is fed at only one end. Okay, at the one end A dash. Okay, only at the one end A dash. The loads are connected at the points A dash load, first load, and second load is B dash connected here. Third load is connected between C and C dash. Okay, load is fed at only one end, that is A and A dash. Okay, the each section A to A to B, B to C, the length of the distribution is L1, L2, L3. Okay, current through each section is I1, I2, I3. Okay, next. By taking the KCL rule at the various points, see we have to see the KCL rule at the various points here. First consider at this point, A point, small a, I1 is incoming and capital I1 is outgoing, small I2 is outgoing. Okay, and small I3 is also outgoing. So it is only fed at the one end, therefore whatever total current is there, that is distributed throughout the all loads connected throughout the length of the distribution system. Therefore, whatever total current is there only fed at the one end, that is I1. Therefore, I1 is equal to capital I1, capital I2 plus capital I3. This I1 is distributed through the first load, second load, third load. That is current flowing here is I1, I2, I3, capital 1. Therefore, small I1 is equal to, total is fed at the one end, total current is equal to I1, capital I1 plus I2 plus I3. Next, small I2 is equal to what here? The remaining whatever I1 is flowing here, leave it this I1, remaining current flowing through the load 2 and load 3. Therefore, small I2 is equal to I2 plus I3. Right? Capital I2 plus capital I3. Next, small I3 is equal to capital I3. Whatever remaining is there, that is flowing to the third load. Okay. Next, the wire A dash and B dash is the return wire of the distributor. See, this is the forward path. These all loads are connected and we are taking voltage drop in the forward path only. Whatever this is second line is there, A dash, B dash, this is the return path of the distribution wire system. Okay, where R dash here I am considering as the resistance per unit length of the conductor, that is in ohm we have to express. Next, this section A to A, what is the drop here? Section capital A to small a. Current is I1, length is L1, resistance is R dash. Drop is small I1, I1 into L1 into R dash. Next, section A to B, how much is the drop here? Current is what here? I2 is equal to small I2, I1 is flowing here is, okay, length here is L2, okay, length L2 from here to here, length L2, only I am considering A to B. A to B, how much is the length? We have to take the current, length and resistance, that is total drop in the A to B section, small a to B. Current is I2, small I2, and length is how much here? A to B, that is total L2 minus L1, remaining length is A to B. Therefore, L2 minus L1 into I2 into R dash. Next, consider the section B to C, small b to C. Current is I3. Length you have to consider length into current into resistance. Total drop from B to C. Therefore, length is how much? Length is, total length is L3. L3 minus L2 is remaining length here from B to C. Therefore, L3 minus L2 into I3 into R dash, that is drop from B to C. Right. Similarly, consider for the return path here A dash to A dash. Okay. Next A dash to B dash. Next B dash to C dash. Okay. Similar way you have to consider drop in the return path also. Now R dash. This is the what? Drop. Okay. Now here R dash is the resistance of the single conductor per unit length. Okay, it can see that the drops all are in the forward path. Okay, this is the forward path. And second line, that is A dash, we have considered that is the return conductors are required to be calculated separately and are also equal. Hence in practice, go and return conductors per unit length is we are taking R is equal to 2R dash. Remember, resistance is equal to 2R dash. Hence, two-wire distributor can be represented as a single wire. If you two-wire, you can take a single wire representation. Take here R1, R2, R3, where R1 is equal to 2R1 dash, R2 is equal to 2R2 dash, R3 is equal to 2R3 dash. Okay. You have to consider return path also. See that two wires network we have to draw in the single wire representation. Okay, we are not at drawn here load and also return path we are not taking here. Okay, therefore R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R3 is equal to. The total drop is nothing but the summation of each section drops. Add all the drops in each section from A to B. That is the total drop here. Okay. Many times here, specifying the resistance per unit length, actual resistance are specified. Remember, in the question, actual resistance are specified. Okay, resistance per, instead of, they are not mentioned resistance per length, they are mentioning actual resistance. So that resistance value for both go and return conductors, you have to consider it. Remember. The current loading and voltage drop diagrams here. I1, R1, I2, R2, I3, R3 drop is increasing from A to B. They have shown here drop of the voltage drop. Okay. This is the what current. Each section current they have shown in the diagram. Next. Concentrated loads. Just now I studied concentrated loads only fed at the one end. Okay, let's have a discussion on the concentrated loads fed at both the ends. In this type, both ends we are sending the voltage, but they may equal or unequal voltages. Okay, first we have to see equal voltages. See A to B maintained equal voltages R1, R2, R3, R4. Resistance they have mentioned here. Okay. We are considering here a point B is a minimum potential point. Okay. So you move from A towards the B, potential goes on decreasing. Okay. A to B if you are moving equal voltage, but from A to B you are moving, the voltage goes on decreasing. Here we are considering B is a minimum potential. At the point B, it comes to very minimum potential, and all the currents after that this B section, okay, after that B section supplied that is increasing till it becomes the point B. Remember, forwarding path from A to B, from A to small b we are considering minimum potential small b, therefore it is goes on decreasing till at point B. This is the minimum potential. Okay, up to here the voltage is supplied by a point B. Next, after this point B, voltage is supplied by the point B. Hence, from B to small b to capital B, the voltage goes on increasing. Okay, this side is supplied by B and this side is supplied by A point. Okay, see, B is the minimum potential point. So here, whatever here, current is there, that is taken as a small x. Here I1, here I2, okay, supplied from capital A. See here I3 and I4 shown from capital B to small b. Why it is? It is here minimum potential. After that, voltage is supplied by capital B. Okay, from this side voltage is supplied. Hence, we are showing the current direction like this. Okay. Remember one thing, while taking the KCL, current shown here, minimum potential, whatever you are taking, wherever you have to take reference, that current is to taken as the unknown current small x. Okay, see, this is the small x. Next, this is the what? I1 plus x. See, total current is I1, whatever current is there, some current is going and some current is going here. Total current is here I1 plus x. I1 plus x, here is I1 and here is x. Next, here I3 is there, here I2 is there, I2 minus x, and here is I2 minus x plus I3, that is equal to I4. I4 is equal to I3 plus I2 minus x. Remember this concept. Okay, they are shown here voltage drop diagrams. Okay, now the here they have given. Now the current at the minimum potential point B is supplied by both ends A and B. XB is supplied by a point A, while YB is supplied by a point B. Therefore, I have to take X from A, Y from B. So that Y is equal to what? I2 minus X. Okay, the both ends A and B are maintained at the same voltage drop. Hence, both side drops are equal. So that I1R1 plus I2R2 is equal to I3R3 plus I4R4. Both sides voltage drops are equal. Therefore, I1 is equal to capital I1 plus X, I2 is equal to X, I3 is equal to I2 minus X, I4 is equal to I2 minus X plus I3 is equal to I4. Okay. So, the currents X can be calculated and all the voltage drops can be obtained by using this formula.